and beliefs. That might have been too deep to just start off with, so let me digress a little. Manly Hall, a 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason, philosopher and occultist, said this about symbolism in his book, The Secret Teachings of All Ages, written in 1928. Symbolism is the language of the mysteries. By symbols, men have ever sought to communicate to each other those thoughts which transcend the limitations of language. In a single figure, a symbol may both reveal and conceal, for to the wise, the subject of the symbol is obvious, while to the ignorant, the figure remains inscrutable. Hence, he who seeks to unveil the secret doctrine of antiquity must search for that doctrine not upon the open pages of books which might fall into the hands of the unworthy, but in the place where it was originally concealed. Still too deep? Did you catch what he was saying though? Summed up, he basically says symbols are obvious to those who know their meaning, and the ignorant remains impossible to understand or interpret it. And that's why this video is so important. As you begin to study and investigate the history of secret societies, mystery religions, the occult, and ancient pagan civilizations, you begin to understand just how true and deep that quote actually is. To understand symbols, we must dig up their origin, and much of them are often deeply hidden in occult mysteries. If we remain ignorant to them, we can become seriously deceived. If you understand what you're seeing, it's very easy to understand why and how the world is so wicked and how far we have moved towards darkness. Things that were once done in secret are now done by the masses. It's a signal to them that the world is ready to accept what they've been planning in secret for ages. This video is not just another video showing sellouts using satanic gestures. The purpose of this video, as is the purpose of all my videos on this channel, is to educate you on what you are seeing and what it means, so that through knowledge we can diminish the effect these symbols play upon us, our children, our family, and our friends. Knowledge is power, and that is why the elite a long time ago made it their mission to remove our power through reducing our knowledge to zero. So this video will cover symbols. This is just the introduction. There are many symbols, so I will teach on more in future videos. The first part about symbolism that I need to communicate is that you cannot change the meaning of a symbol. If a symbol was originally created to portray or communicate a specific message, it doesn't matter what you decide that you want to use it for. It still means what it always was meant to mean. The only thing that it means for you is that you've been using and representing something that you do not completely understand. It's very possible that you're promoting, representing, and or communicating something that is totally against what you really believe in. Let's use an example. Let's take this symbol. This is a pentagram. We start with this because it is an easy recognizable symbol, and for the most part, many people know it's satanic. Now, you can't just take this symbol and then say you're making it represent Yahshua now. In your heart, you might really believe it to be true that you're doing a good thing by taking the bad and reclaiming it. But while you're transmitting this symbol with a pure heart, everyone that knows what the symbol really means is seeing Satan. The only person that is deceived would be you and whoever was influenced by you. Please understand you cannot change the meaning of a symbol, no matter how noble your intentions. The second part I need to communicate is just because you see someone use these symbols doesn't mean that they're a sellout. Now, they're definitely deceived, and let's not even beat around the bush with that, but not everyone is a sellout. Many are just confused and don't have enough knowledge. But trust, there are a majority of people in the limelight that do use these symbols, and they are in fact sellouts. The way you understand the difference is reviewing them completely and not just by one picture. But please understand, if they are embraced by the world, or they have a job that they will be seen or noticed by many, and they use these symbols, not to mention they are associating with other known sellouts, it is a high probability they have already sold out in some way as well. There's levels to this understanding, and that's why if you understand the symbols completely and then understand the dynamics of the underworld, it's easy to understand the sellouts from the deceived. The last point to understand is that symbolism is so dangerous, not primarily because of our conscious minds, but our subconscious minds. This is a part of our brain that we are not trained to guard. But if you understand what you're seeing, your subconscious will be trained to know that you are just seeing and coming across evil consistently. Let me explain just a little deeper. Our conscious minds, which is always busy trying to make meaningful sense of everything we see and hear, is limited as to how much it can process. Very much like a computer, if you give it too much to process at once, it could overload. But our subconscious mind is constantly collecting and storing all information, especially information which our conscious mind is unable to process immediately. This is why people that understand this specifically target our subconscious. This is why advertising agencies hire psychologists. Psychology is the study of the mind, and they need to understand how the mind works in order to manipulate it to do what they're promoting. Have you ever heard a song a few times and then all of a sudden knew the lyrics without ever training your mind to actually know the lyrics yourself? That's your subconscious learning things without you actually training yourself to do it. So symbolism attacks our conscious minds as well as our subconscious minds. And this is how subliminal messages get through. The definition of subliminal is below the threshold of sensation or consciousness, perceived by or affecting someone's mind without their being aware of it. Subliminal messages are specifically designed to influence our mental processes and behavior. This is why they're used. So the more you see these symbols throughout the days, weeks, months, years, you are being communicated a message that you are seeing all the time, but do not clearly know it is happening or what is actually being communicated to you. Listen to Will Smith explain it in the always seems to communicate what they're doing. The thing is, most of us aren't paying enough attention. So all these points about symbols need to be understood. Now, I wish they were trying to subliminally transmit signals and messages that promoted righteousness, but they are actually doing the opposite. And the effects of what they're doing can directly be seen when reviewing the change in our morals and values over time. Over time, you have seen these symbols more and more in abundance, while over time, you have also seen our moral fabric shifting and changing. And I'm not placing the blame 100% on symbolism, but when I see someone that says they love Yahweh hold up a sign that says I love Lucifer, there's a problem and it needs to be addressed. Our society is shaped by our morals and beliefs. Our morals and beliefs are influenced by what we watch, read, and hear. What's acceptable in our society today was once completely unacceptable not even 50 to 60 years ago. That's greatly due to what has been transmitted to us over time. We've had a very subtle but definitely steady decline in our standards of acceptance in regards to things like sex, violence, language, blasphemy, etc. And that's all because of what has been presented by mass media through formats like music, movies, video games, television, sports, etc. We have become completely desensitized to things our grandparents' generation, as a majority, found completely inappropriate for mass consumption. You must understand the global elite, the members of these secret societies, and the people of the occult that are working towards a specific agenda are obsessed with symbolism and numerology. One of the globalist elite favorite strategy is to leave blueprints to their plans hidden right in plain sight. They tell us what they're planning and where the world is going, but they also know the majority is not paying attention. Think about it. Look at the movies that speak about the future. A majority of movies about the future portray some kind of global government or global catastrophe. From all these messages, and the symbolism specifically, we are constantly reminded by these occultists, Satanists, Illuminati, Freemasons, or however you want to classify them as a whole, that we are accepting their system and they are in control. The symbols communicate allegiance of the person displaying the symbol, or just simply to know whose agenda this is a part of. So now that all the preliminary info is given, I can now start explaining these symbols. If there are things about symbolism that you still do not understand, not about the symbol directly, but why they matter so much or are dangerous, if you leave your question in the comments, I can maybe address it in future videos. But I think you have at least a foundation on symbolism right now. The best thing you can do is have knowledge, and if you're still watching, that's what I will be trying to provide you. Let's begin. The all-seeing eye. I'm covering this symbol because this is something that is probably thrown at you everywhere, and while many of us recognize it, how many can really say they really understand what it is? It's on the back of our dollar bill. We see entertainers and top stars constantly displaying it. But again, where does it come from, and what does it mean? It's communicated in different forms. Sometimes it's a single eye within a pyramid, just like what's on the dollar bill of what they call the Great Seal of the United States. It's also just presented as a single eye by itself. It's one eye, and people show it in many ways. I mean, look at my son's Mario game on the iPad. They give it everywhere. It's also referred to as your third eye. It's symbolized in multiple different ways, but at the root, it means one thing. In a short summary, this is just a representation of Lucifer. It's the eye of Lucifer. When you see this, it simply represents Lucifer. But here's more background information. It's supposed to reference God watching over mankind, only it's not the God of Israel. It's also reference to the eye of providence. The eye itself is a powerful symbol, going back to ancient roots in Egypt, also known as the Eye of Horus. If you've seen part 1 of my History of Religion series, you will know exactly who Horus is. The Eye of Horus, often seen with an eyebrow above, represents the supposed omnipresent vision of the sun god Horus. It also represents secret or occult wisdom. This eye was painted on the sides of Egyptian funerary caskets in the hope that it would enable the corpse to see its way through the journey of the afterlife. The eye itself is often associated with the idea of light and spirit. It is often referred to as the mirror of the soul. The eye is representing God within. Like the third eye, for example. The third eye signifies the higher self, the part of man's consciousness that is ego-free and can guide and direct him. Our other 2 primary eyes are used for outward vision, while the third eye in the center is the eye of wisdom. It supposedly directs its view internally. This is why you always see the Buddha with this third eye, or you hear others talking about opening their third eye. The all-seeing eye within Freemasonry is shown in the triangle with rays of light emanating from the lower lid. The Masonic Dictionary says it is an important symbol of the Supreme Being, the sign of omniscience. In Freemasonry, it stands for the great architect of the universe. So we see the symbol used in many different ways, but all very similar. At the core and foundation of what you are seeing is actually Lucifer. Anytime you see this reference to one eye, they are referencing Lucifer, and that's why all the meanings of the symbol all closely align with the spiritual knowledge of good and evil that the serpent promised Eve if she disobeyed Elohim. This knowledge includes the knowledge that Satan is the god of this world who rewards them that serve and worship him. So understand that anytime you are seeing this eye, it represents Lucifer and his false knowledge. Anyone that says they're opening their third eye is actually tapping into the knowledge of Lucifer. When you see the stars and actors doing the one eye symbol, the masses just sum it up as representing that they are part of the Illuminati. What they are actually representing is their allegiance to Lucifer. So anytime you see the symbol in all or different forms, you're seeing a representation of Lucifer, and that's why the symbol is seen everywhere. You need to understand this and teach your kids that too. This symbol has no effect on my youngest son because he sees it everywhere and points it out. He recognizes evil and is not giving him tolerance of Lucifer. Like I tried to explain in the long intro, it's not that you will be worshiping Lucifer yourself, but that you are gaining a tolerance for him, and also that you're being prepared for his arrival on the scene. This isn't about a secret society like the Illuminati. They are preparing the world for Satan, and the more you see the symbol and gain tolerance of it, you are gaining tolerance and acceptance of him. If you have opened the third eye, you have allowed a demon in, and you need to remove it. This is what the symbol means. The horned hand, or LD.
This is from a biblical perspective, by the way, everybody, because there is loads of different perspectives to the all-seeing eye, the enlightenment, like he said, the Buddha, the other gurus, however you look at it, because people think that how when you are dealing with new age stuff, that how you're dealing with the devil, not necessarily. So today I was drawn to do this video, and hi Blue Girl, welcome back. I was drawn to do this content. All the content I do, I'm normally drawn to do it. I don't just do it because it's happening. Only with the polite one, maybe that's because it's happening at present. So presently, right, what he's saying is it is true, right? When you open your third eye, some people have the gift of seers. I have a gift of seers as well. Let me start pinning up your. Hold on. Let me go from the first one that he said. Some people have the gift. Some people are gifted naturally with the they can see beyond what's going on in this world, because some people are just born like that. Some people are naturally born like that. They're seers. So as you can hear, it's noisy in the background, sorry. But that's why I put up this video. So it's also a reference of information, but you can go research it a little more. If you want to go further, you research it a little more, because there's plenty books out there, not necessarily check on the internet. Internet only gives an oversight into what it is, so you can go deeper, a little deeper. There are books. There is books on secret societies. There's a whole dictionary on, not a dictionary, like a whole book on symbols. I have one myself. I will post it up at one point. Well, if I had a community tab, I would have probably posted it up. But there are many. So anyway, let me read what Blue Girl's saying. Don't get me started on him. Oh, young Pharaoh. I personally believe in God. The main two reasons are he has visited me, and B, it is the only thing they go against. Yeah, a few people have said that to me, actually. I was on a YouTube the other day, and there's a group that worship Yeshua, and they dance and they sing and they worship in such a way. It's so unusual. It's a cross between Hebrew Israelites. They call themselves the Yeshuas as well, you know. But I'm not against anybody's belief, because to me, right, whatever you focus on or whatever put your faith in, and it keeps you focused and it helps you every day of your life, that is for the person. That's an individual choice. I'm not going to beat you down for it. I know certain biblical references is wrong, but at the end of the day, like I said, I'm not going to beat you down for it, because some cases, yes, Christianity has worked for people. Other cases, Christianity hasn't worked for people. So I'm not going to say, oh, this is wrong. That's like me, what I deal with, the Ifa system. The Ifa system is looked on as idol worship or whatever, but it's not necessarily that, because you don't even need them. Don't need the image of them in front of you, because they're just energy. It's energy at the end of the day. So, and energy is everywhere. You know, energy is literally everywhere. And the divine is called Aludamari. That's the whole. The universal mass as well. So I'm not necessarily going to beat you up for that, right? Blue Girl, because that's what keeps you focused, what keeps you going, the fasting and all that stuff. Is it noisy? Hold on, let me see. Can you tell me, is it noisy? Can you hear loads of noises?
Yeah, I hear it.
Anyway, yeah. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put up all your. Okay, when you rock with God, you will have your eyes open to wickedness, and you will be able to see the wickedness in person. You won't be led to astray. Yeah, that is true. But But it's like the same thing what we was talking about when we was on the chat. I get a sense of things. I personally get a sense of things, and when I'm not supposed to be in a certain place, my senses, I don't know, something kicks in. It's something beyond me. So, yeah. So, like I said, I'm not going to beat you up for it. It's a Blue Girl, right? Right. That's your belief. Oh, it is noisy. It's noisy. Hello. Oh, okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to let the video play, because it is noisy. Okay. But as you know, I normally do my things at nighttime. So I just thought I'd put this up. I just thought I'd come and talk to you, because I don't want to just play the video and like I'm ignoring you, because the last time somebody came on and I couldn't talk to them because the video was playing. But yeah, I'll continue playing the video, okay?
Diablo. This symbol is just full of deception, because over time it has been used for many different things. At one time, people thought it was a symbol for rock and roll, or it was a sign to ward off the evil eye. It has a lot of different names, but what it represents is again very simple. And before I explain it, listen to what Anton LaVey, founder of the Church of Satan, has to say about it.
Would you like me to show them how the sign of the curse works?
The sign of the
Completely
curse?
different.
How does it go?
No, not at you people out there in the audience, but this is the difference.
Aim it toward Red China, would you?
This is the sign of the horns. A curse sign, the two fingers extended. This way, spread apart for sort of shotgun blast, you know.
I always
all over,
figured if I
when
ever met
it's
the devil, it'd have dirty fingernails. Go on.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Where?
Dirty, dirty fingernails.
Well, that's because I've been fooling around with your equipment.
Never mind. Don't blame it on the studio. Go on with it.
All right.
So that's the sign of the horn, and then what happens? Is that it?
Well, there are other ones, too.
Yeah, what are the other ones?
The other ones, one of them's the pox sign. That's 3 fingers extended.
A pox on you?
A pox on you. During the Middle Ages, this
Yeah.
was
Oh, yes.
But
You're
originally...
a bad cat.
Well, you have to be bad to be good, don't
Is it
you?
true that you teach people how to make voodoo dolls and stick pins in them to hurt people?
That's right. I believe that hate is necessary in a controlled way just as much as love is necessary.
He calls it the sign of the curse. And listen, if that doesn't do it for you, knowing that you may be using a sign or have tolerance of a sign that the founder of the Church of Satan uses as well, then you may need more understanding than this video can provide. This symbol is used in a few different ways. The hand gesture is shown like this, with the thumb in, and like this, with the thumb out. Most people like to say that, no, this sign means I love you in sign language. But all one needs to do is a small amount of research, and you will find that Helen Keller was a Satanist and a Theosophist. This is easily proven by reading from her books. She was a published author. One of her books, originally called My Religion, published in 1927, later was revised in 1994 and called In My Darkness. Read from this book, and you can see her beliefs are guided through Satan and not Elohim, spreading that false light. So anyway, this sign is not a sign for I love you, but more in fact a sign for I love you, Satan. This sign is called the horn hand and is believed to be the depiction of the woolly goat of Mendes or Baphomet. It is synonymous with Satan or Lucifer. It is done in 3 ways with the hand. This type is meant for the right hand. In this gesture, the thumb should be kept under the clenched middle and ring fingers. This hand sign signifies the horn god of witchcraft. Again, this is Satan. The second type of gesture is meant for the left hand. In this case, the thumb should be kept over the middle and ring fingers. This hand sign is usually used to curse someone by pointing it directly towards the person. This is what Anton LaVey referenced as the sign of the curse. Then there's the way of I love you or rock and roll. These signs are used in so many different ways, but again, like the all-seeing eye, it is all a reference to Lucifer. One way, if pointed at you, literally can mean someone is trying to place a curse upon you. The other 2 ways is in reference to allegiance to Satan. This is a symbol that many want to ignore the underlying meaning and make it represent what they want it to, because over time it just has many different meanings. They have this sign shown through many people, and because you think it can mean different things, you may give the person using this sign a pass and say they must mean it in a good way. Let me explain. There are no good ways in showing this sign. It 100% is reference to Satan. If you are using it and think it means something different to you, you have been deceived. This is a satanic symbol with many different names. I have the names listed on my website. You need to be aware. There can be much more said about this because it's used so much. But if you recognize the 3 ways it's used with the hand, and every time you see it, you see a representation of Lucifer, you are awake on what it means, and we are bringing down its power against society one by one. So in conclusion of this part, you have really understood symbolism and why and how it's used. But you also learned about 2 of the most used signs that literally is referencing Satan. Whenever you see these symbols used, even if you want to give the person displaying the symbol the benefit of the doubt, please know that the symbol means Lucifer, and you cannot afford to be deceived. I want you to have no tolerance for Lucifer, and instead of being desensitized by his influence, you should now be sensitive to it. When you see a representation of Lucifer all over, and then you see so many influencers promoting him, it's very easy to see how far into darkness the world has really gotten. You need to have knowledge of what's going on, and then be saved by the blood of Yahshua to really fight the spiritual battles that these symbols are provoking. If you've opened your third eye, either by accident, knowingly, or unknowingly, you need to rebuke it in the name of Yahshua and close that spiritual door. For time purposes, I only covered these 2 symbols, but I will be covering a lot more in other videos. My only goal is to educate you and give you power. What you do with it is...
Right. Is it still noisy? Hopefully, I mean you can hear the little thing in the background, right? Okay. So some things, the ending of this video, I agree with. Like sometimes, right, your third eye needs to be open because then you can see people, i.e., see auras. You can feel I can say the vibe around them. I think I more vibe with voices or something. I think that's my thing. Hold on, let me see if I can get this out of the yellow. Anyway, I feel that's my thing, and you'll be able to open your eyes. Oh, no sound. Oh, is that better? Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Oh, it keeps going. Let me see. Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. I believe that you need to see people now more than ever, especially in this climate. You have to open up your third eye. I would really recommend it, but you have to be careful of yourself. The all-seeing eye, yes, yes, there is evil side to it. Yes, there is. But I think it all depends on the person who's using it, because not everybody's evil. But I like how he explained it, and he said it doesn't matter how you change the symbol is still the same. You know, it's like Reiki, for instance. There's Shechem Reiki, there's Angel Reiki. Oh, she's getting louder and louder by the minute. There's Angel Reiki, and apparently with this Shechem Reiki, there's different symbols because the originality is from China. It's from Japan. So when you change the energy of the Reiki symbol, there's a water symbol in Reiki. And if you change the energy in the Reiki, when it's Shechem, it becomes fire energy. So basically, even though it's the Reikis, the 2 Reikis do the same work, but one is fire and one's got fire, water, and air. So you have to know how to use the energies between it. So you having opened your third eye and you can see visions and stuff like that. The only problem with you when you open your third eye, you have to know how to protect yourself, because your eye will be open all the time. Then you'll be able to see everything, because you literally see everything. Yeah, you literally see everything. And you have to be in the knowing as well. You have to know how to shut down yourself, when to shut down yourself. Right now, there's a mental thing going on. Those of people, third eye is open right now. Hold on, let me go turn down this thing a little bit. So you probably might make a noise. Hold on, I'm gonna hold on. I'll be back in a minute. Well, we all have spiritual side. Doesn't mean everybody is evil spirit. So you can go to the spirit realm, but it all depends on how you got there. And if you... Hold on, let me read it. How you got there. And if you got there by conjuring demons, then it's dangerous. Yeah, that is true. Hi, big Billy. You're right. That's true. That is a true thing. We have to be aware for sure. People run from truth, but it's a must that we understand demons and gods is a part of the underworld. Yes, it's true, and that as well. Oops, the sound's gone again. Oh, it keeps doing that. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's true. What you're saying, what you are highlighting, is true, because what people tend to do, they like in the Kabbalah, for instance. Let me use the Kabbalah as a good example of that. In the Kabbalah, right, there's demons in there, right? One time I found myself looking into the Kabbalah because I was around a Kabbalahist, and he used to conjure up demons to do work. And one time I was around him when he did it, and you literally feel the demon come forward. The room got heated and everything. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you have a good day too, Blue Girl. Yeah, so you feel the demon come into play because the room will get hot. He also had, the triangles, what you sit underneath. He was able to simulate that to make the demons come true. But the demons that is conjured up do a lot of damage. They can do a lot of damage as well. So the one who is holding the demons, right, they can control them from distance. They can mash up lives from a distance. They can do all this, which I'm thinking it's the same thing what the Cabal is doing or the Illuminati is doing. It's on the same level. So when I saw that, and I understand that what is going on when they are doing ritualistic things is how they are doing ritualistic things, because rituals can be done in all different ways, basically. You don't necessarily have to have an altar and do blood or whatever the case may be. It can be done in all different ways. So to me, it's like what he explained, like he said, you can't change the symbol, but with these demons as well, you have to know the spirits. You have to know who you're playing with. Papa Legba, for instance, he is definitely not a spirit to be played with. A lot of people's played with him on the YouTube streets. He is definitely not a spirit to be played with. Marie Laveau, when you call on her, you can't be playing with her neither, because she won't leave your house at the end of the day. She's a very powerful witch, So when you're playing with certain spirits, you have to know how to make them exit from their house, but they should not be on earth. They can ask the demon to do things, and demons want you to be in the one controlling the evil act, so that there is no question whether it was you or who did it. Yeah, but the demons can also turn around and control you too, and that's where people fail to forget. Like right now, with what's going on in the world right now, particularly, everybody at one point was using the all-seeing eye. The all-seeing eye was a very big thing. The Eye of Horus, I can't remember. I think there was quite like 2 different all-seeing eye, right? And so because everybody was using a lot of things, plus they was calling down a lot of things to earth. This is why what's going on now is really mashing up the world as well, because if you call on a spirit, i.e. if you're calling on a primordial mother, i.e. Yemaya, that's why I put her up on a video so people understands exactly who she is. If you call in on her and you're not able to tell her thank you or give her something, she will stick around. If you call on other demons, the demons, right? These demons or spirits, what people love conjuring up to put hexes on people and all sorts. They don't know how to send them back, because once you open that void, right? They're here. They stay on here. The only thing is that they're invisible. Right? People don't believe in ghosts and certain things and certain demons and certain this and that, but the demons exist because even in ghost stories, Amityville, whatever, etc., taking over bodies, possession, that's how they come in. Because if you invite them in, they will come in. Yes, they control you by getting you to do evil, but they want you to be the one to initiate it, so that you can't say that you didn't know what you were doing. It's so sad how people, yes, they get tricked. And not only tricked, you need to research oh, there it goes again. It's going again. Someone's on the Wi-Fi. Too many. Let me see if it's gonna come back. Hold on. Hold on. Is the sound gone again? Oh, God's sake. No, I'm not gonna refresh. Oh, there we go. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, yeah, the thing will control you. Plus, when you're inviting things in, you have to know when to tell it to go. You know, you have to tell it to go. At one point, I was in here playing batter drum when my children was younger. I used to play batter drum a lot. I used to listen to the music a lot, and I could not leave my house. Oh yeah, I just noticed. I just seen what was wrong. Yeah, and yes, right. It's like you are initiated by the spirits initially. I mean, you can be initiated physically, but with the all-seeing eye, when they talk about the third eye, they talk about the third eye, and you know, you have to know when to close your third eye. Sometimes that third eye can't be open all the time, because if you keep that third eye open, you start seeing a lot of things. A lot of things will jump out at you, and it's quite scary to be, in fact, right? I used to have villages pop up at me. I'll be walking. That's when I used to have my locks. Villages used to jump up out of the blue, and this is concrete I'm walking through. You know, I was known as the weird one. Right, I was very weird. I mean, I'm still kind of maybe weird in people's eyes because I don't express myself a certain way. But at the end of the day, right, when you are seeing things and feeling things, and you yourself can't explain it, but then it's through bloodline as well. The problem is, if you benefit from the demon, it will definitely not just leave easily. Demons will not be used. Then just let it go. Yeah, exactly. But the demon would use you also. Like, so you become a servant to the demon. You know, but people get a lot of the gods and goddesses or whatever mixed up, even though they are all one of the same. Oh, geez, it's gone again. Try to get back. This one's very weird. This StreamYard's very weird. But yeah. Because it keeps going off, it's annoying me. Yes, but people need to be aware of the demons they are dealing with, because you can research the demons on here. The Kabbalist demons, particularly, they are one of the worst, honestly. When I looked into them and I saw what they do, I was like, no, I ain't dealing with that, because they will hold you, they will control you, your family, everything in your life, you know. So people need to know what they're dealing with. That's what I like channels like the Baron, right? He literally has astro travels, his third eye is open, he does spiritual work, and he is able to tell you or see certain things. He is a tarot reader too, and he's able to tell you stuff. So I mean, even though I put up the third eye video, because this is always, because we're always talking about what's going on with the world now and what is happening with the world, i.e., where they will be controlling, where there is a level of control going on. But they are also using, like he said, numerology and the astral plane. They're using that. So not like me, I'm not all versed on the astral stuff, and I'm not all versed on the numerology. But a lot of people is very well up on the stuff, and they, if they're clever, they can actually, there is a way to conquer this. You know, but it's whether people want to do the work to do it. So you know, but I didn't. But I just thought I'd come and I put up the video. I'm not going to make it private. I'm gonna see how YouTube behaves with it, and we will have more conversations, because I have another video, but it's to raise high vibrations. similar to my empath one I done. Like, you know, remember that empath one? You have to stay away from evil things and have enough control over your own body. Yes, you do, but some people don't. Some people are very much influenced on certain things. They get drawn to certain things. There are certain people who is not have an understanding of stuff. Where is it gone? Let me see. Keeps going. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, the sound keeps going as well. Oh, the baby's getting restless. She's starting to move. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave this one up. I'm gonna leave this up, and we will have another discussion, Blue Girl. Honestly, I'm good. I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see OG Philly up as well. You know, and like hopefully, we'll go more into this because I think I need to talk about this again. And if I in a minute. See that the baby's getting restless now. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to come off now. I'm supposed to come on to do the vibrational one. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm gonna do it. So you know, we will have a chat on this again. I'm gonna find the second part to his video because he has a second part. I think he has 3 of them. So I'm gonna find the 3, and we will discuss this further. Hopefully, I will get people up on panel to hear their opinion because everybody have a different opinion on spirituality and all that. It's not one-sided, but people think it's one-sided. And I personally think that you don't necessarily have to be a part of an organ to understand the spirituality of certain stuff. You don't need to be guided. Everybody is guided in different ways, right? Some people choose the Christian route. Some people choose the New Age route. Some people choose Hare Krishna, to name like 3 already off the top of my head. So, you know, it's your choice. Hi, Miss Wise. I'm just about to finish, you know, because like the baby's getting a little restless. So I'm not going to say that there's one way, you know. So like, you know, I did Queen Afua. I did do the Egyptian bit to it. And I know Big Dog Philly knows the history behind the Egyptians, yes, but there's the certain spirituality of the Egyptians. Like with Queen Afua, she did the sacred gateways in her book, and in the gateway, each gateway represents a different deity. So you dedicate that whole month, week to that deity. Therefore, you're cleansing your body and all that. Even though naturally, some people naturally cleanse their body, but people need something to focus to keep them focused. And right now, because of what's going on, you have to clear yourself. And I ain't perfect, but like I said, I'm not going to tell you how to do your business. It's not for me to give you a preaching on it. See, the baby's getting a little frazzled. It's not for me to tell you how to do your way to your opening of yourself. So you have to know, you have to be attracted to something to help you, but not sometimes you don't find it right away. Sometimes you find it in different ways. Okay, so there's no wrong or right way to anything. Oh, there's the sound go again. The sound. Where's the blue bar? I think there's loads of people on the Wi-Fi. Now the thing's playing out. But I am gonna get off, and we will have another discussion. I will do it on the other StreamYard because this one it keeps going off, and the sound keeps going in and out. And it's annoying me because I can't flow. But so with that said, you know, come through to the next one. Hopefully, I'm going to try and do an open panel again. I might have to do it, schedule it a time, because I want to hear your voices. And I know Philly, he has a great opinion. He's been in a few, I think he's been Muslim as well. And I wanna hear his voice, and I wanna hear. And there's another one called God Body. I wanna hear his voice too, you know. So, and I Miss Wise, if I can get her up here too, because everybody goes through different experiences, and not all our experiences is the same, right? So, me putting up the all-seeing eye is to start the conversation, okay? So once we get the conversation flowing, then we can move to the next levels of other things. If I can get other things on, if I'm drawn to other things, if we hold on, definitely keeps going in. It's really annoying me. It's going in and out. Yeah, sorry, it's going in and out today. It's not doing what I want it to do today. The sound, that is. So so we have to have the conversation, you know, on a whole, and I want to hear the conversations. I don't want to really be talking about Polite and his foolishness all the time, but we need to talk about other stuff, because we need to open up ourselves, the ones who's on certain levels and certain journeys and stuff, because it's not one way thinking. Okay, so me, I'm always open. I love learning, so it's always good to learn from others. So this conversation that takes many sessions, it's such a yes, it is a powerful one, because the all-seeing eye, people when you talk about the all-seeing eye, or the eye of Horus, right? And there is a Greek Turkish one called the evil eye as well, which gets rid of evil. So there's a lot of symbols people believe in, but to me, there is no wrong or right. I repeat, no wrong or right about this, okay? So there is no judgment, right? You judge yourself, because you are the one who's working through what you have to work through. You're the one who's doing the work. It's not for me to come and say, oh no, blah, 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 right? I used to be in part of the Muslims, and I was brought up Christian, spiritual Baptist, in fact. I've even put the video up to illustrate my background, where I come from, okay? So there's not one or two ways about it, one free way, this way, that way. I'm not here to judge you. And some people likes to deal with God, yes, okay. And even though I know about that, but I'm not going to throw it on you. I'm not going to force it down your throat. It's not for me to force down your throat. So the only thing I can do is just put out the information. If, like the say with the music that I put on here, right? I'm part of the Look at Me, right? But I'm just at the beginning side of the Look at Me, but I get it. I've read on it. I've researched it. I understand it completely. So when I play the music, right? It's an enlightening. It's for me. Not only am I showing them respect, right? Digitally, they understand me, so I don't need to express or do nothing on here, right? They understand me, and that's why I put up Philly Buba when she talked about the misconception of the Orisha system, because people seem to think that they can just get initiated in a week and then that's it. No, there's a lot of work involved. There's a lot of work. Some people are spiritually initiated in spirit and not here on earth, right? Some people get initiated and they die, i.e. Chief, the one who played in Black Panther. He got initiated into Mummy Water and then he died. I can't remember how long afterwards. So that's why I put them up on the channel, right? So everything I put up have a reason. It's not just put up there for the sake of it. Like the other day I was talking and asked Miss Wise. Miss Wise jumped onto the chat. I told her, look, right, I'm not feeling this. I'm taking it down. And the next one flowed better than the one I was talking about. It wasn't right. Tell me, am I wrong, Miss Wise? I'm not. Right? Am I wrong? Right? He wasn't flowing. So I'm only meant to hit certain subjects. I'm not meant to follow what everybody else is doing. I'm not meant to be like them. So when I put up a subject and I read the comments and I interact with the comments, because I would interact with you. The only time you won't see me is probably if my Wi-Fi is dead or something else or whatever, because you don't know what's going on in my life. So so that's the only time. But to me, the channel will be up there. Other people can look at my channel. So it's there's a reason for the channel. That's why I tried to make sure, and I put back up the channel. So the all-seeing eye, I put up the topic. You can even go and replay it and watch it again, okay? But I'm gonna come off because like as well. But we will have another conversation later. Even if like you don't catch me, put the bell on reminder so when I come on, so you can catch me. I'll try not to be too late for the UK people, and I'll try and catch the US as well. I'll try, because like we're all on different time as well. So you know, so Miss Wise, I'm glad to see you. Blue Girl, glad to see ya. Big Philly, I'm glad to see ya. Like, so I'm gonna go now. Have a good day, good afternoon, whatever time span you're in. Leave a comment underneath the video, like, however, and yeah, we will have this conversation again. If you want to have this conversation again, then I'm on IG, but I'm under a different thing. I'm on the Cosmic Connections. It's on my about. You can just link me there, tell me, and then I'll try and do my best to pull up the information. If I can't get the information, I'll let you know. If you know a video that I need to do or whatever, I'm not gonna put all my stuff on you. It's a free thinking here, right? It's not about a dictatorship here, okay? So I'm just waiting to see Godbody, because he's another one that I want to see here. Cosmo, I want her to come because she speaks on the Egyptian level. So, and her Egyptian level, she's an elder. And she speaks on a whole nother level, okay? And I really want her to come here too, because she's very spiritually thingy. On her, she stands on her square. She don't move. Understanding that in these wicked days, it's important that we don't back down, that we fight even harder. We must all do our work to get the truth out. Yes, we must. We must do that. We must. So, yes. So, Blue Girl, hit me up on the Instagram if you can. Cosmic can. Let me put it in the chat actually. Yeah, you can hit me up on the Cosmic Connections Therapy on Instagram. It's the same picture that is here. You will know it's me. Big Philly, you as well, if you can. And Godbody, wherever he is. He's supposed to be on today too. So I'm just watching out for him. But we must have, we're going to have this conversation again. I'm going to find the second part to this video, and we are going to understand, I'm not even going to do the overstand and all that jibber jabber, right? We're going to understand what the symbolism, because I know you lot are in the know already. I don't need to tell you lot nothing. You lot in the know, okay? Miss Wise knows a whole lot. She is really her name. She knows, okay? So I'm not going to deal with you like I'm teaching children, because you lot are not. You lot have an understanding of stuff. So that's why I put up Lilith. If you understand about Lilith the demon, you go comment underneath that video, because I know a few people understands. Right, there's a few missing children stuff on the channel. Go look at it, comment. Okay, all the comments I read all of them, right? I don't miss none. If I miss it, it's because it hasn't come through on the website, it's come through on the app. Okay, that's the only way I'll miss it. Okay, and yeah, I will. Right, I'm gonna give Big Philly a wrench and God body. Big Philly, just comment under the video and I'll sort you out. Okay, so yeah, so basically I'm gonna come off, and it's nice to see everybody. Welcome again. Also, don't forget to do the video with the CPS. There is stuff to sign for that child, them 2 children, the Rasta girl. It's all there. Please take a look. To me, yeah, numbers is important to get the subs and all that, but it's you know, I wanna know my peoples. Okay, I don't want to be big and you know, I want to know who's who. You know what I mean? So even if we get an odd one come through, I get to know them. So yeah, that's how I want it to be. So please have a peaceful day wherever you are in the world. I sure see people around in chats. Yeah, have a good day. Okay, everybody? All right. So with that said, I'm gone. Bye.